Alrighty guys, back over here to work on the trailer. As you can see, it's way up in the air so we can get underneath it. My brother's here. Found my tripod. We are going to be installing, for one, the breakaway switch. And that'll make more sense in a minute. And then the other thing is in this box. Oh no, I already took it apart. So it's an 8-foot long cord that will plug in here. It's a 7-pin and it's 8 feet long. This is the other end of it, because right now this trailer only has a 4-pin. Jeez, I wasn't very prepared for this, was I? We were moving stuff around. So anyways, this is what it has on it right now. And we're going to upgrade it to that because the 7-pin will actually operate brakes, and we're going to be adding brakes tomorrow. So let's get to it. Sorry about the wind, but I kind of calculated this. This goes toward the vehicle. You wrap it around something solid on the vehicle. That way, when this breaks away, the vehicle yanks this plug out, and these two wires internally, they connect. So you feed power in one side, and it has to be power on board the trailer, not from the truck, because it's going to be moving its way down the road. So we already have a battery in here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to drill through the floor to connect this one side to the battery. The other side will get tied into the wire that goes to our brakes. But I already marked where I'm going to mount it. I'm going to mount it down low so these wires can go underneath. And I got a self-tapper here, so I'll go ahead and we don't want it to break off, so I'm going to put a little saliva on it. We'll just run it right through here. Okay, so that's good. And this is probably long enough to go all the way to the battery, but because we need a common ground, I think I'm going to run this into this box, and then I'll run a positive and negative from my battery, and the positive will feed one side of this, then the other side will go to the blue wire, which is the brakes, along with our brake wire that goes back, and this is our ground, is the white wire. So the two ends are for the brakes. And then we have a chart to know what wires go to the rest. And luckily, I thought there was going to be splices all over the place. This runs all the way to the back of the trailer before it branches off anywhere else. So we can literally run this, it'll be back up under here. But we can run this in here and just put some ring terminals on them and ding, 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 ding. Put them where they go, and it'll be a piece of cake. Alright guys, this is our battery box. So, there's a busted number 3 bit. It's like we're working on the Samurai all over again. Anyway, need to punch down through the floor. So, can actually do it right in the front probably. Alright, the wire that I'm going to use, as you guessed, is all left over from making like extension cords. So this is a 3/8 inch bit, and that should fit through there pretty well. Hopefully this will poke right through. Yep, you're through. Here's the wire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's saying my camera's hot. This screw, I'm using a square for it. Using a square for this head. I want to take the old wiring out, put the new wiring in, and this guy can go in there too. So, okay. Oh, I lost the damn screw. Okay, we're switching to Phillips, because I lost that one. And hopefully, come on. Don't break. good. I'm just putting another clamp on here, and then I'll go back and zip tie that up. Okay. That's all the longer that is, so I guess this will have to go right here. And I guess this can just get right up there. Down. It's not very good. I should not be using self-tappers for these. Oh, I could go into the metal with the self-tapper. I might have to do it this way though. Okay. Okay. Alright, sweet. Hopefully that one holds. I could do another one right here. Yes, I could come around and go up through there, huh? They don't give you a thing on this side. Oh, come on, baby. You can do it. So now all of these need to come up and through there. Okay, so this is the wire I'm using for the brakes. So I'm going to shove that through, and my brother is going to run it through. There's holes already, follow that. He's going to run it through all the way down to that wheel. And keep pulling. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going, a little more. Okay, stop. That's probably good right there. I need to get the diagram out because we're only going to use 2 of the 3 wires in here. I know this is like for making extension cords and stuff. There's a white, a green, and a black. But I figure it's got nice shielding on the outside, and we'll have a spare if a wire ever goes bad. So this will go to that wheel, and then from that wheel, we'll go over to that wheel. And a lot of times, when you buy an axle, it'll be pre-wired already. They'll have a hole on either side, and the wire runs through the middle of the axle. But we'll probably just zip tie ours to the outside, so we don't have to drill. Unless you feel like drilling the axle, Brian, and running the wire through and popping it out the other side. Do you? No? No? Okay. I wish I could set my camera up right here, like that. I might try to do that. Alrighty guys, that's how it looks. Not going to put the cover on yet. We're just going to test everything and make sure it all works. Minus the brakes. Obviously they're not going to work yet because they're not hooked up yet because we don't have them yet. but they should be here today so we can do them tomorrow. Alright guys, so I cut this 4-way out of there. And basically what we just did, how I knew what to do, has this little diagram right here. So up here on the upper right, green, yellow, brown, and white, it tells you right turn and brake. So I ran this whole ribbon into this block. It gives you like 1, 2, 3, 4 knockouts. So I just ran it in actually from this side. And I just did one wire at a time. I took green and it says right turn and brake. And then I looked over here, right turn and stop, which is right turn and brake. So I landed that green to the brown wire here. Next one was left turn and brake was yellow. So I found left turn and brake, landed that on red. And the next one, taillights were brown. I landed those two, or it says taillights, to green here. And then the last one, ground, I landed to this ground. I also landed a ground from my battery, so they're a common ground. And then also from my battery to one side of the emergency brake loop thing, and then the other side came back and landed on here. So that, oh, and then the brake landed to here too. One side of the brake landed here, the other side to ground. So that's pretty much everything. So I think we'll probably try to back the Jeep up so we can plug it in, and we can't test the brakes, but we can test the stuff that it already had, like turn signals and brakes and stuff, brake lights. Alright guys, so this is how she looks after it's all said and done. Part back there ain't done yet because we don't have the brakes, but it's pretty, everything's secure. I just got to land the wires to the battery, and then I suppose we could go ahead and test this with it not hooked up. Like if we could put a meter on the other end of the wire. Should have plenty of slack down there, I think. Yeah, it's hanging on the ground. So once that's hooked to the battery, we can yank this, see if we get voltage or a test light light up or something. And then I can back up, plug this in, and we'll test our regular stuff. Does anybody have any idea what this plastic thing would be for? It's just a piece of plastic. It's too small for to be anything here. Yeah, I don't know. It's too big to house the breakaway switch. I just couldn't figure out, and it doesn't come with any directions other than the wiring diagrams. I guess it will remain a mystery. So we're hooked to the battery. We didn't use gray. So green and black. So this test light is going to simulate our brakes. Okay. As long as we don't breathe, that should light up if we pull the deal. Ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. That would be our braking voltage. Come on. Oh, it goes inside. Okay. Back out. Cool. Alright, everything that works. We still haven't tested the brake lights and all that crap. Okay, we're rolling over here. If you want to stand over here and tell me what to hit, I'll hit brakes.
Brakes. Okay, they work left. Right. Okay, they work.
Hazards?
Yeah.
Okay, what about running lights?
Yeah.
Working?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everything. Right?
Yep.
Sweet. Cool. First try. That never happens. Hey guys, I'm going to end this one off showing an experiment I did using a 12 volt DC air pump to see if it would work my 6-ton air jack and make it lift my Jeep. Anyways, the next video, if you want to see, it's kind of the third part to this trailer brake series. It's going to be how we wired up the Jeep to be a tow vehicle, so that it would be able to power the brakes with a brake controller. So that's all that wiring and stuff. So please come back and watch that one, and I thank you for watching this one. All right, guys, take care. All right, guys, it's been a little over a minute. My brother's running a stopwatch, and we're at 17 and a half, 18 pounds. I have no idea what it's going to end up getting up to get this off the ground, PSI-wise, but I guess we'll find out. Okay. Okay, what are we at time-wise?
3:36.
Plus probably a minute, so less than 5 minutes, probably 4.5 or so. That's funny. But yeah, it's doable. It's starting to tilt forward. I don't know if this is all-wheel drive, so hopefully it didn't try to roll forward, but I'm gonna go ahead and let her down. Hopefully it doesn't shoot it out. Pretty cool. It's doable with that little 12-volt cigarette lighter deal.